What's going on, guys? PC here, and welcome to another episode of I'm Playing. Today I'm playing Witching Hour on the Dreamcast. This is a Wolfenstein 3D mod that was originally released in 2014 for PC by a developer named Necronita. She recently ported the game to the Dreamcast, which is what I'm playing here. It's always nice to receive new Dreamcast games, and this one kind of came out of the blue. I don't think it was really announced ahead of time. She just recently posted on Dreamcast Talk that she had ported this game to the Dreamcast, so it was kind of a surprise, and a pleasant one at that. This game actually has, or this port of the game actually has an advantage over the PC version because it takes advantage of the VMU. So you have a second screen where you can view various things. So basically the goal of this game is to escape these woods. Your bus is broken down, which is what I showed earlier. Oh geez, I am being chased by a monster. There is one enemy in the game, and that is that creature that is currently chasing me. He will pop up randomly and try and kill you, and, well, he actually managed to kill her. She was alive just a second ago, and now, of course, she is decapitated. But, yeah, you are defenseless, so you have no way of killing that monster, so you literally just have to run. You can run by pressing and holding the Y button. Oh geez. So as I was saying, the goal of this game is, well, first of all, not to die because of that creature. But secondly, the goal is to fix your bus and get out of these woods. In order to fix the bus, you need to find 3 items. A gasoline can, a spare tire, and obviously the key for the bus. Now, you can see this list of items on your VMU by pressing the analog stick to the right. You can see that list of items, which is actually really cool. It's kind of like someone just scribbled a bunch of items onto a piece of paper, so it's a really cool touch. But if you press right on the analog stick, you can see that list of items, and every item you collect will be checked off the list. If you push down on the analog stick, you'll see a compass, which actually updates in real time as you rotate around. So that's a really nice touch as well. There are a couple other items that you can collect in the woods that will show up on the VMU as well, including a map and a Sega Game Gear, which is actually a Easter egg. If you find the Game Gear and push left, I think it's left or up, one of the two, left or up on the analog stick, it will show the Game Gear screen on the VMU, and it will be playing Sonic 2, which is really cool. It's a nice little Easter egg added to the game. Anyway, as you can see, I found the first item, which is the spare tire. I just need to bring this back to the bus. 2 out of the 3 items you do need to bring back to the bus. The bus key you actually just need to find, and you'll put it in your pocket, and you're all set with that. But the spare tire and the gasoline you need to bring back to the bus before you can collect the other item. You can collect the key, obviously, and still pick up the gasoline can or the spare tire. Here's the key, right here, which is usually around these dead bodies, which is usually fairly close to the bus. The items are usually in generally the same area every time, but it is randomized slightly, so they might not be in the exact same location. Which is nice because it gives the game a little bit more replay value. Although not too much, because it is a very, very short game. Although I have not managed to actually beat the game yet. But I have gotten very close. I've gotten all 3 items, brought them all back to the bus, but unfortunately I got killed by the creature, so that was unfortunate. So I just need to find a couple other items here. Technically, I only need to find the gas can, but in order to get the gas can, you need to find a couple other items because the gas can is located in a cabin. And the cabin is locked, so you will need to find the keys for that cabin. And once you're inside the cabin, you'll notice that the gas can is actually in a locked jail cell, which is kind of odd. I don't know why there's a cabin in the middle of the woods with a jail cell in it, but yeah, that's where it is. So you'll need to find a metal cutting tool which is used to cut the chain that the lock is on, and you can then open the jail cell and grab the gas can. So it's a little difficult to find those items, or really any of the items, because the woods looks pretty much the same everywhere you go. It's just dark and there are a bunch of trees, which really, it goes well. Actually, just found the Game Gear, so that's cool. But yeah, it goes well with the theme of the game. It is a survival horror game, so it has a really nice, dark and foreboding atmosphere. It makes you really feel like you're alone, and it's tense the whole time, because at any point that creature could just pop up and kill you. And of course, you're defenseless. You have no weapons in this game, so if you come across the creature, you just have to run. So it really does accomplish its goal at being a very tense, scary game. But this port is done really well. It runs great on the Dreamcast, as you might expect. I mean, it's Wolfenstein 3D, so not exactly the most intensive game. But the Dreamcast handles it really well. And, of course, the VMU features are a really nice addition. Obviously, the developer did not have to actually implement VMU support into the game, but she did anyway, which is it's just a really nice touch, and shows that this is not just a quick and rough port to the Dreamcast. Another nice touch is keyboard and mouse support, which was added to the game. I haven't actually tried the keyboard and mouse, but I assume they work perfectly fine. But I mean, I don't think it's really necessary for this game, because it's really so simple. Just using the D-pad is perfectly fine for this particular game. If it was something, say like a Quake 3 mod or something like that, obviously you'd want to use a keyboard and mouse, but for something like Wolfenstein 3D, using the D-pad to navigate around is perfectly fine. There are a couple other difficulty levels in the game as well, which is nice. I am playing on easy because, well, like I said, I haven't even finished the game yet, so I think starting on easy is probably the best way to go. I'm really not sure what the difference between the difficulty levels is. I assume maybe you just get killed in fewer hits, but I'm not really sure. So I am completely lost at this point. I usually don't have much of a problem finding the cabin keys and the metal cutting tool, but apparently I'm having a hard time this time. Luckily I haven't run into the creature, which is nice. Oh, I think it's right around here somewhere, actually. Ah, yes. As you can see, there's a guy hanging from the tree. This is usually where the metal cutters are. Try going around the other end. Well, apparently they're not in the same location this time. I'll just check around the area. Hopefully they'll be close to here somewhere. Well, I can't seem to find those two items that I need to get into the cabin and grab the gasoline can, which is unusual. I usually don't have much of a problem finding them, but for some reason they seem to have been placed in a very different location this time. So, but anyway, I don't think I really want to spoil too much of the game anyway, because it is a very short game. There's not a whole lot to it. So if you want to play this yourself, then you won't know exactly where to go. I don't want to spoil that. But anyway, that's just about it for this video. I just wanted to show this game to you guys really quickly. It's a really cool game. It's very different. It's not your typical Wolfenstein 3D mod. It's not a first-person shooter. It's a survival horror game, which is really cool. As simplistic as it may be, it's a lot of fun to play. It's a very cool. It has a very cool vibe to it. It's just, yeah, it's different. It's not your typical, like I said, Wolf 3D mod. But anyway, guys, that is it for this video. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. And thanks for watching.